Do you have a rip or damaged screen? Replacing this is actually easier than you think. Let's get to it. This happens to be a sliding screen door. Replacing it is the same procedure as a window screen. To remove a sliding screen door, there's a roller down there that has tension on it, so you need to use a flat edge and get under there and pop that roller up so the screen will come out. You may be surprised that the materials needed for a screen replacement is super simple. You need your new screen, what's called a spline tool. In a pinch, you probably could use a pizza cutter. You just got to get in there and push that spline back. New spline. I thought about reusing the old spline, but it is about 20 years old, so I thought we better put new on there. And then a utility knife to cut off the excess. Now, when you're picking out your new screen material, I found out this 36" by 84 was one of the most popular. It will do large windows or one side of a sliding glass door. You can pick between charcoal and a few other colors. Also, I found out vinyl is the most popular. They do still sell old school metal screening, but that can rust. Vinyl has definitely taken over as the most popular. Okay, whether you're working with a sliding screen door or a window screen, you want it on a flat surface and you want the side with the spline facing up. Go ahead and attempt to find where the end of the spline is, and with needle nose pliers or something similar, you can get in there and pull that out. Now, the new spline did come in a couple different sizes. I guessed I got the smallest one they had. It does look to be a match, and that was the 0.16 thickness, or 4.1 millimeters. You're just going to pull out the old spline to loosen up the screen and get rid of it. Okay, so that groove is where your new screen is going to go over, and then you'll tap it in with your new spline. Use your spline tool to roll it in tight, cut off the excess. So let's get to it. I'm glad I did pick up the new spline. The old one literally was dry rotted, and as we pulled it out, it would snap several times. So we're done. That one's toast. All right, it claims no wrinkle formula. We'll see. You can do this by yourself, but having an extra pair of hands does help. You won't want to pull it super tight, but taut, I think, is the right word. So this was the 36" by 84". You can see they gave you just enough for a sliding screen door. Pretty pleased with that. Let's get the new spline tapped in place. You see it's cut at a 45-degree angle. Let's start right in the corner with that. I am having to push pretty hard. You'll see it pop in the channel. On your spline tool, a cheap one is $5, a more expensive one is $10. You'll see that it has a flat or concave edge, which is the beginner one, and then you have a skinnier one that can push it down deeper. I would say pull it a little bit taut. You don't have to go too crazy. When the spline gets in there, it does naturally pull it a little tight as well. But having a second pair of hands pull it taut just a touch while you're putting the spline in would be a nice helper. Okay, you've made it all the way around your frame. Good job. Now your wrist is sore. Okay. Now you're left with the excess. What are you going to do with that floppy part? You're just going to take a sharp utility knife and trim it right off. All right, you got the new screen cut down to size. You did it yourself. I knew you could.